supporters of Kerala Blasters FC ahead of the home match against Hyderabad FC. Today here we have our head coach Ivan Kominovic with Andrea and Leona. The floor is open for questions. We will start with the questions towards the player, then our first.
Good morning, coach. Good morning, Luna. Hope you are doing well.
Morning.
I'll start with the question to Luna. You had started all your games until the last game due to suspension. Was that game due to suspension? Do you think it was a blessing in disguise for you, especially since you are a very hard worker, you have been playing all the games. So now for the last stretch of the game, you are coming in fresh after resting break. Like, do you feel fresh and do you think that suspension worked out well for you?
Good morning. Yes, of course. It's always important for a player to have like 4 or 5 days off. But let me tell you something. I never want to miss a game. Unfortunately, I get 4 yellow cards, miss a game. That game against ATK. But I think we play a really good game. We didn't deserve to lose, but okay. We make some mistakes, an individual mistake, and we lost the game. But for me, it was important to rest these 4 days because now I'm really fresh, like you say, and yeah, I'm ready for whatever it comes.
Coach, it's a playoff time. Just one more game left, but there is a sense of negativity, you could say, because you have only won 2 of your last 5 games, and the away form is concerning as well. So, what's the overall mood in the camp, considering that you guys are approaching the playoffs and semi-finals?
If we all watch the whole concept of ISL league, the fixtures, how they're coming, day by day. Sometimes it's absolutely not the same feeling when you play and when you face one opponent somewhere in December or middle December or beginning January or middle January. And it was the case also last season when we were in the bubble and this season as well. Speaking only about the period that since we arrived. So, why it happened? Because when you start the competition, everybody is motivated, everybody is full of force, full of power, everybody wants to show something. And then you see the time pass by. Some teams, they're gaining in ranking. Some teams, they're losing motivation there because they're down. And it's absolutely not the same feeling when you face some teams, like I said, November, now in January, because some teams, when they realize and see, okay, we have no more chance, or we are not any more participant for the top 6 or whatever it was the case in the previous season, then you see lack of motivation, lack of discipline, and also it reflects on both sides. It reflects in your whole season, and the whole season is composed by these momentums. How you start, how you play maybe in your ISL campaign, how you play maybe in your cup, if there is one cup inside, or worldwide, national team players, Champions League games and everything, and sometimes there is dynamic that changes during the season. So now that's why we have already feeling in last couple of weeks, I'd say that some of the teams, they know they are up, they're in playoffs, some of the teams, only a couple of teams were waiting, and we already had, I think, 3-4 teams knowing that they're bottom, they have no chance, and that's why it gave that kind of feeling. Only till the last couple of days we saw the fight between last couple of teams for the top 6, and that was it. That's why we all have this kind of feeling. In the previous period, everybody was expecting and waiting, okay, what will happen today or the day before, because everybody depended on previous some results of your opponents or something, and that's why sometimes you get, okay then. So now you see today's, for example, result, and then the opponents and the teams who are supposed to play tomorrow, if the result fits today, they say, okay, so tomorrow it's completely different kind of feeling. That's why we get it. But otherwise, from our side, we always want, if you look back to all the games, we always want to go for a victory. We always play and want to play good football to fight for the victory. So now, in some cases, you make some individual mistakes, you concede goals, and you have to get out of it. So now, with the last game, we want to be with full power, especially because we have kind of obligation playing in front of our fans. The last game of regular part, and then getting that positive, let's say, part and mindset for the players.
Coach, so why there is a performance drop when we play away from the home, and will that affect us as there is a chance now that the playoffs has to be played away? So
no, because again, this is a different mindset. Because when you come to playoffs, especially now in the first game, it's about knockout phase, it's about one game. So then you don't have the mind of calculations, thinking, yeah, okay, maybe today I should start the game. No, 90, 95 minutes you have to go for it, whether you're playing home or away. Also, our fans, and thanks to our fans, we had a feeling a couple of times this season playing away games that we play at home. So for us, it doesn't change a lot sometimes, because wherever you're playing home or away, you see this yellow sea around. So for us, it's always go with full power, go with full motivation, and go for the victory, whether we're playing home or away. So I think it will not change. Again, knowing the fact that this is about one game, knockout phase, you have to go for it. So.
Like this, actually the league is heading to the final stage, and of the late, Masters is not able to keep the consistency. What do you plan to do in the last league match?
Well, to have a great motivation within the team, especially because the boys showed so far that every time playing in Kochi, there's something special, and it means a lot to them. Going from the first moment for the warming up, getting out of the tunnel for the game, it means a lot to all of us. And with that kind of motivation tomorrow as well, we want to be a strong unit, we want to be a strong part, and show that there is a reason why we were unbeaten for a long time at home. We want to continue, and I hope to achieve that tomorrow. We face the strong team, our opponent from last season finals. They are again with reason second year in a row in the playoffs as well. They have a good team, good individuals, and we'll have to be on our top and our best if we want to get the points. But again, it's about that one game. We have to be strong enough to manage that game tomorrow and enter the playoffs with a positive mindset.
Coach, good to see you again.
Thank
The
you.
last match against ATK Morgan Behind. What actually went wrong, and what are the learnings from that game for you personally?
Well, we were mentioning that when you face the top teams in this league, it goes about one detail, small part of the game will make difference. So then we were playing good football, we were dominant, and then when you make kind of mistake, getting this second yellow card, these kind of things make difference. So after that, we get first couple of minutes wanting to be organized, conceding that second goal, and then again with one man down, trying to play and trying to push them, where actually the team of ATK also wanted to, and they put one more defender to try to keep the result. So I think that in that game we were dominant, we wanted to play, and actually we were pushing our opponent in Calcutta to get the result. So then Adrian also knows, we were speaking in the last period many times with all of us together, saying that when you face these teams, you cannot count that you will have 50 chances. You cannot count that it will be open day, like chances go. It goes about one small detail, one good cross, one good pass, one good shot or decision or tackle, from behind where you don't have to make it, and you get second yellow, you get a red card. Against top teams, when you are then in, let's say, underload with one man down, you can suffer. So, and these kind of things, they make difference in the modern football today. So hope that all the boys, we use that example for the future, that these are the things that we must not repeat, because if we want to stay competitive against those teams, this is very important.
Coach, just on that, you touched on Rahul's red card, which was one small detail that determined the result. So Rahul has got 8 yellow cards totally, that is 1 yellow card every other game. So, and it was a big mistake from his side to make that tackle from behind when it was not necessary. So have you talked to him about harnessing his aggression in the game and turning it into something of positive?
Yes. First of all, it goes always about player's character. Rahul is a fighter, so you see in his eyes. He's a fighter and he doesn't like to lose. He wants to fight for every ball. He's still in one process of his life, still young, growing up, experiencing certain things during the game about these things which are good or maybe less good. And then during a football game, as a football player, there is adrenaline rush kicking out in your blood. Sometimes you make your decisions, sometimes your mind is in that state that you are going and fighting for that ball because it's your part of character. Of course, I know that the same second he did that, he knew that he made a mistake. But anyway, this is part of football. We talked, and he knows, he realized that it was a mistake, and hope that it will stay in his mind for the future, saying, okay, this kind of thing will not repeat. But his playing style, when you see him playing every time, entering the duels as a real fighter, sometimes it makes a strong impact on referees, and then that's why they punish him with yellow cards. But this is part of football. So hope he will continue in a good way.
Coach, you were a player who played in intense situations, in intense grounds as well. So you also experienced that adrenaline rush. So what would be your advice to him to control that adrenaline rush?
All of us, in the past, we made these kind of things. All of us. Also, there is no player who didn't go through that process. When you are younger, you experience these things and you face them, and later you tell yourself, okay, this was wrong. So next time when it happens, try not to repeat those things. If you keep repeating those things, then there is a problem. But if you learn from that and say, okay, once when I was younger, I made it. It's the same thing like individual mistakes with the defenders when you concede goals. After that, you make mistake, and then later you tell yourself, oof, that was maybe not good. So next time if it happens, I have to do it differently. So this is the part of the process where you learn as a player. Nobody, not the one player, you can ask Adrian as well, not the one player in this world have started his career saying, I know everything, so I experienced it, I know how to deal with this or that situation. No, you have to go through that. So Raul actually, that was the moment where I actually hope he will say later, if it happens next time, don't tackle, go run with him and try to fight the duel on a different way.
Coach, it's about the team news. So is there any new injuries or any health concerns? And you mentioned about a fever on last press meeting, about the fever in the camp.
Everybody's okay so far, so Luna can confirm as well. All of, I think, 40 people have gone through it, so we all had it. So, I don't know, last year we were calling that COVID, maybe this year is something different. But all of us, we went through that, so everybody's okay now, everybody's available. Lešković is fully back, everybody's back in the team. So, except Sandeep, who got a surgery and starting actually today with his recovery in the gym. So, everybody's available for tomorrow.
There are also folks who advise you to play every match in the playoffs. How do you see that situation?
Well, it also depends on tonight's, like we just mentioned in the beginning of the. So it depends on tonight's game. So if tonight the result is whatever it happens, then maybe there is a situation that tomorrow, whether you win or lose or draw, you stay on fifth. So that's why we were talking, like, it depends always on something, then you have a different mindset. But of course, we would like to finish, end up third or fourth, that we have home advantage, of course, because we feel good at home. So let's see, and anyway, tomorrow we will prepare with the best team we have to go out and perform the best way we can.
Coach, just on that, you mentioned today's result could regardless of today's result, you could still catch up with Bangalore on goal difference, but you would have to score 4 goals. So if that is the case, would you set your team to go all guns blazing tomorrow?
It's a question for Adrian then.
No.
If he wants to score 3 goals or something. Yeah, of course. The way we play, the way the boys like to play, it's always offensive, especially playing at home. It's something special, it's something that we like. So when you play at home in front of this crowd, you cannot be happy and settle down and saying, you know what, sit down and close and kick the ball. No. Playing in Kochi is something special for these boys. They like being there. So we like to play offensive and they like to score goals here, which they proved this season so far in home games. So let's hope tomorrow for the best.
Adrian, one question for you. So you are one of the most experienced players in the team, and you are also one of the leaders in the team. So going into this crucial stage of the season, like the playoffs and semi-finals and all, what would be your message for your teammates going ahead?
But the message is always the same. We have to try to play every game like it's our last game. But playing playoff is totally different, because you have the first knockout game, you win, you win, you lose, you are out. So you have to play this game like a final, and then you will see who will manage against who you play, because you have a game away and at home. And of course, it's important for us. It will be nice if we can play at home because we need the support of our fans. But okay, we will see what happens, and we are going for it.
Coach, one last question. Coach, yeah, I would like to ask you about the leaders in the team. For example, there was a situation in the Real Madrid versus Liverpool match. Liverpool took a two-goal lead. Even then, Karim Benzema was telling his teammates to calm down, and then they went on to win. On the other side, Liverpool had a two-goal lead, and they still seemed desperate. So it's a difference between the leadership in the team. So, do you think you have enough leaders in the team, especially against ATK? Luna was not there. He's one of the leaders. So, what do you think about the overall leadership in the team within the camp?
Well, in every team there are leaders, and there are the other players who have to lead as well. So actually all the players on the pitch are the leaders, especially first for their own tasks, what they have to do, and later on it's about coaching itself, coaching each other, coaching somebody who is in difficulties. Here when you just mentioned players or the club who, it's been now I think 11, 12 years they're playing together on the highest possible level, winning Champions League I think 5 times or some competition. So these kind of things and these kind of situations they know to manage as a team. And when you see this kind of situation and compare again to ISL, which is on short term, and in the past we've been witnessing so many changings within the team, and then on the short term you get 3-4 months with one group of players. Every player they need at least 3-4 months, even 6 months when they come to the club to adapt to training level, training intensity, environment, society. Again, the most difficult thing in this league, playing for Kerala Blasters. You know, the players who have to manage the emotions, the players who have to manage that feeling playing in front of crowd, home and away, these kind of things, you need time. And then when you create this kind of dynamics within your team, with one group who stays for a longer, then at one moment when you arrive in the situation, even winning or losing the game, there's a group of players even on the pitch who will say, calm down, okay, calm down, no worries. Okay, we know what we are doing, we know how we have to do the things, and then you can get back in the game. So these kind of things are helpful, but again, like you mentioned, those players playing together for 11, 12 years on the highest possible level, sometimes you have a feeling that even blind eyes or whatever, they know what they're doing. This is the one big advantage of consistency in the football. So let's hope that we will have that in our team even for a longer period with our group of players and everything, and then in some moments you see the team solving the problems without any issues. So that's it.
Thank you, coach. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you.